The only thing I did was remove the About Me section, or his end thing, his contact information, because I don't want people to harass him. But he has apparently been spamming this to every guild who has any sort of opening for Mythic. He seems to want to be a top 50 raider. I know for people in top 100 US guilds that raid like 3 or 4 nights a week and expected to have 2 tunes. And they have told me about this guy. Because apparently he's applying everywhere. And I'm excited. So, he's got a table of contents, and he's got subsections. That should let you know how crazy this person is for applying to a 2-a-night, 6 hours a week guild that is on Drestagar. And, pipe will be in hand. Table of contents. About me. Section 1. We have attendance, preparation, learning, values, skill set, raid UI, and his keybinds, just in case you need to verify how good he is. Section 2, raid experience, his top achievement summary. That is going to be hilarious to me. Because if it's not Camel Hoarder, why would you have it on? Why not have it on there? That's the best achievement you can get.
Actually looked through this yet?
I have not. This is all brand new to me. I'm pumped. His log analysis sample. Okay. The Eternal Palace. Crucible of... Why doesn't he have a subsection to log analysis samples? I mean, come on. Why list all the raids if you just... Okay. Crucible of Storms, Battle for Dazar Lord and Uldir, and... Okay, cool. And Taurus, older raid tiers. That kerneling seems wrong to me. Is that? No, that's just a weird kerneling for Times New Roman. Okay. Why me?
It's hard for me to tell. It's actually hard to read through the stream.
Yeah, the stream is only 720, unfortunately. I can pump it up some more.
I just use the zoom on the document itself.
Yeah. Oh, it looks better here. It was the zoom that I was at. Why me? Section 3. Versatility, reliability, and improvement. Oh wow, this guy's got all 3 key things you look for in a relationship. My needs. Oh! Is this his dating application? My needs. Section 4. Behavior, atmosphere, and leadership. Contact information. Section 5. Discord and BNet. I did remove that. That is the only... I looked through like 2 things in here, and that was one of them, and the other thing was to look at his videos to make sure that, like, he wasn't racist in them. I just say, about me. Attendance. 1.1. I can guarantee my presence each and every night. The only time I will miss a raid if something serious happens. Okay, we are 1 sentence in and he has failed at grammar. The only time I will miss a raid if something serious happens. Great start. I am very reliable and you can count on me to be online, on time, and ready to stay for overtime or extra days. I can also manage day raiding in moderation. I just need to know ahead of time so that I can make schedule adjustments.
So what does it say about him that he does not adhere to the Oxford comp?
Right? Like, right. I'm just gonna throw this out here. On time, I think you should have a comma after that. Yeah. That's just me. Also, I'm just going to throw out there, for writing 101, for anyone who actually cares about this, you don't start your first sentence with I can, your next sentence, I am, your next sentence, I can again, and then your break is I just. Like, every sentence should start with I something. Like, mix it up, please. So, preparation, 1.2. Because of my raid leading background.
Well, there's one more thing. Look at the next 2 paragraphs, right? That's one of the other first things you learn.
Yeah, because I am. Like, this is high school English. Because of my raid leading background, which he has not established, I spend a considerable amount of time outside of raid studying the fights. Some of the things I do to prepare include PTR/beta testing, log analysis, dungeon journal reading, wowhead reading, and video analysis, be it watching Again, I'm putting the break in there that he didn't. Be it watching POVs of others or on my own. In parentheses, I record most of my gameplay. I pay my dues outside of Raid and come ready to perform each and every night. I also like to contribute to the boss strategy discussions. That's the thing of, I want to raid lead, but I don't want to have the responsibility of being the raid leader. That's what all of that reads. You could have just said, I prep for fights. I know what I'm doing. But no, he wanted to go through all of it. Also, I just wanted to get rid of that. Learning. Because I spend a great deal of time outside of Raid doing research on the fights, my learning curve is pretty small. Once I see the fight up to a certain point, I can tank it without problems every consecutive pull. However, it will take a few more reps to get a mastery of the timings for effective resource management. I am someone who strives to learn from others' mistakes. However, no one is perfect, and I do make the occasional mistake. But I am someone who makes the same mistake only once. That is such a word salad of bad. Oh, that is hard to read, people. Does he read this out loud before submitting it to other human beings? Like, I am someone who strives to learn from others' mistakes. However, no one is perfect, and I do make the occasional mistake. But I am someone who makes the same mistake only... How many times does... Okay, he uses someone twice, he uses mistake 3 times, and just... Oh, it's a gobbledygook of bad.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's, what do you call it? Classified as a generic run-on.
Yeah.
Counting all the bad grammatical structure.
He just spent like 3 sentences, like 5 lines of just saying that, like, I'm quick to learn fights, but getting the best performance takes pulls for me to my, mitigate my cooldowns. But, like, that's normal. That's for everyone. Like, you have to figure your cooldown timing out once you figure out the timing of the boss. That's just... Okay. Going on. What are his values? I am someone who values... He's back to the I ams again. I am someone who values progression above all and looks to use their skills to the fullest. Oh, his object of the action is weird here. I'm the guy who will do what it takes to kill bosses quickly and effectively. Boldness, please. Just note that. Respect is something very important to me. I will always respect my team, and I expect to receive the same gesture. I am excited here. I am over the moon that he did not finish that sentence with receive the same respect. Like, oh, I was hoping for the trifecta of respect in like a 10-word sentence. Oh, God. Okay. Skill set. As a tank, I have a diverse and unique skill set, which is very beneficial to the raid team. Cool. I am able to output great amounts of DPS whilst taking whilst tanking effectively. This effective tanking? Oh my god, it's a palindrome! Look at it. This tanking effectively, this effective tanking. Yes, he's done it! He's done it!
Oh, you mean like a sentence?
Look at that! Look at that shit! I am able to output great amounts of DPS whilst tanking effectively. This effective tanking includes stellar positioning. Great word choice. Raid awareness and mechanical excellence. He runs like a Porsche because he's mechanically excellent. I'm able to make large contributions offensively without compromising mechanics, raid awareness, and survivability. Skill. Just freaking A. I can do my job well. That's what this reads. God damn, people. Like, if you're gonna pump up your resume, like... No, oh god, this is just bad. This is the highlight, though, so far. Tanking effectively, this effective tanking. That's the highlight. Raid UI. Below you will see several... I just spit all over the place. Below you will see several screenshots of my Raid UI in combat. Since I am tracking so much, not everything in my UI is visible at once. You can see my UI in action live via my POV kill videos found in the Raid Experience section. Yes. If you're gonna do a true thing, you would then do something like subsection 2.1, and then you would link it there. Okay.
Or check the appendix
Yeah.
for additional information.
See Appendix C for testimonials. Okay, we're gonna look at a screenshot of his raid UI.
And the funny thing is, no one fucking cares.
Yeah. Okay, so here's his raid UI. That is a thing. That is a thing. So apparently he still needs to activate Windows. So he's running a pirated Windows copy in the bottom right corner. He leaves Discord on so we can see what everyone's doing on everything.
That is frustrating. I hate that.
Yeah, I keep that off. I don't know why they have an AF lock doing as much as a destro lock on Jaina, but here it is. His name is Parsemonger, so you know he's dope. And he looked at SCO's UI and thought, I want that. Like, that's all this is. Like, I think it should be noted that he thinks that the damage done matters as much as the entire raid and what's happening to them. I don't know why he needs a threat meter in 2020. Or I guess when the screenshot was taken, 2019. But cool for him. Yeah. Okay. Special. Whatever. That's just... It's fine. No one cares, though. I just enjoy how he needs to activate Windows. How he's running pirated Windows down there. Okay. So, from this photo, you can... Oh, he's going to walk us through it. From this photo, you can see that my UI has several key components. Oh, please, why didn't he label them? My UI is focused around centralization, so that everything that is important for a tank is visible close to the center of the screen. I have dynamic groups for my important cooldowns, buffs, and raid information. These dynamic groups let me know crucial information with a quick glance. You would say at a quick glance there, if you're a human. Or that speaks English. For more important things, I have single weak auras set up. This is weird. I have an externals tracker, tense, an ignore pain tracker, no, he gets rid of the A, shield block tracker, avatar tracker, into the fray tracker, and a time to die tracker. These are very important things for me to track, so I have a special location for each of them. Put them in a special box. My UI also consists of DBM trackers and a threat tracker. These add-ons are also very important for raiding. Okay, I don't think threat is DBM. I would be impressed if you said bigwigs. This whole gobbledygook of adding tracker to the end of everything, in English, you can just say, I track externals, ignore pain, shield block, avatar, and into the fray, and time to die. Or you could just...
that English is his first language?
I don't think English is this person's first language. I'm getting to that point. Then... I don't know, though.
I'm willing to give him a pass on a lot of this, then.
Yeah. It's... I've been reading it so far, but it doesn't make me... The early stuff, I don't feel like it's not his main language. But some of it is reading like it's not. That's all. But it could just be poor grammar and he doesn't know tense. Or he doesn't read anything outside of WoW guides. Keybinds. Keyboard. Below is an image of my keybinds on a keyboard. Not his keyboard, but a keyboard. And of course, we will look at his keybinds. All right. So he doesn't bind to one. Okay. I guess Z and X and Shift are too cool for him. Cool. Why he had to pull up a picture of this and highlight them all, I don't know. But we are going to continue on. This is what my main keybinds are on my keyboard. Red color represents the most frequent keybinds, like Shield Smash or Ignore Pain, and the buttons that my fingers are always on. We're going to go back and see what his fingers are always on now. His fingers are always on Q, 1, 2, 3, 4, and V. So according to this, you can get all 5 fingers like that. That is weird. That is a weird setup for me. but if that's what works for him, cool, dude. Yeah, I kind of want to put my web... This has 840 views.
Wow.
How many people has he applied to? This guy has got to be a meme by this point. I can't be the first to get to this. Okay. Yellow represents abilities less frequently used, like Demoralizing Shout or Taunt. Blue represents the pretty standard WASD movement keybinds. Finally, green represents abilities that are infrequently used, like Heroic Leap or Avatar. I don't know why E, F, and 5 are like infrequent keys to him, but it's him. He can do whatever he wants with his binds. That is just a reminder of how minimally some people use their binds. But wait, there's more. Because below is an image of my keybinds on a Razer Naga button side panel. Yes! This is what my keybinds look like on my Razer Naga Chroma. I have mostly cooldowns on my Naga. Red represents very important cooldowns like Last Stand or Shield Wall. These abilities are in a spot where I can instantly use them. I should hope if they're on the side of your mouse, you can instantly use all of them, just to be clear. Yellow represents abilities that are less important, like hello, blah, blah, blah. Oh god, I just don't care anymore. I don't care about what your abilities are bound to, dude. But we have a nice picture here of his keybinds and how he uses them. Just for consistency's sake, people, if you're gonna have two pictures that each show keybinds and you're gonna color code both of them, use the same fucking colors for both sets. Like, come on, guys, come on. If you're gonna have...
I mean, that's not even
That's a
specific thing.
Yeah.
That's a legend mechanic.
Yeah. Now, again, he went from, like, he has blue movement over here, but then he just is like, you know what? I also need some infrequent keys, like 2, 3, and 6 on my thing, so they need to be purple now. Don't do this to me. Purple represents virtually unused keybinds like mounts. You could have just left it as infrequent. So. Anyway. Raid experience. Top achievement summary. US 150-ish. Mythic Ashara. You could just list the number at that point, dude. Because you list it right below at US 54 Mythic Ashvane. Miss Ashara took a mid-tier break. Cool. Then what do you have to prove? You don't... If you're applying to a top 100 guild, no one cares at that point. 99.4 average prot average TEP. Cool. Good that you got funneled gear early. US 136 Mythic Jaina. Rank 1 US Prot All-Stars BOD. 99.5 Prot average BOD. 99.1 Blood DK average BOD. Cutting Edge Mythic Argus.
So, just based on this, why is he looking for a guild so much?
Yeah. You shouldn't have trouble finding a guild if these are your parses and stuff. And you shouldn't need this much of a document. You shouldn't... We're not halfway through. But you shouldn't have something this big. Yeah. This is ridiculous. Anyway, log analysis samples. Below you will see hyperlinks to documents demonstrating what my log analysis looks like. The purpose of these log samples, these sample log analyses is to give you a better idea of what I bring to the table as a tank. We're going. I don't want to, but we're going. Oh my god! Look in the left. Okay, we're doing this. We're too deep in. Log analysis sample, Mythic Ashvane. Introduction. Below you will see a sample log analysis. The intended purpose of this analysis is to outline the things I do well and the things I did poorly. He does everything well, but he only did things poorly. So that you may gain a better understanding of what I bring to the table as a player. No, you told me as a tank before. You don't get to be a player now. Tank only. Logs of interest. In order to do proper analysis of my performance, I am going to investigate my performance on a notable progression boss and compare my... Oh my god. Hey Beans. I'm reading a 6-page document that someone applied to our guild with. And then he also has sub-documents, which are 8 pages long. Oh god, we're going through this. We're blasting through it. This is horrible, and this is hilarious, and this person is not joining any guild. And I have friends who are in top 50 US guilds, and he has applied to them as well. and they have also told me he is a joke, and everyone is like, holy shit, you mean this guy? Yes, I mean this guy. This guy's a meme. He is hilarious, and I love it. He is shotgunning to everyone. He is just looking to get into a guild. He does not care who. So, yeah. Anyway, he's going to investigate his US 54 Ashvane kill, Rain's US 71 Ashvane kill, and Nerf's US 24 Ashvane kill. I don't know that you're going to get anything out of those. I don't know that I will be comparing it Sense and Krognacht. Okay. Before I go into depth, the analysis, before I go into the in-depth, you want to dash there, analysis of these logs, I will be displaying some basic but important statistics from the kills. I have excluded HPS values from this table because HPS on a Prot Warrior is not a valuable stat. Getting high healing requires you to take more damage. I have actually, oh, I will give this to you afterwards. You know what? Let me pull this up from the guild. Sorry. I'm in the wrong place. Like, hundreds of people have viewed this, so I will just go ahead and put the link if anyone else wants to look at this word soup of a thing. So anyway, he's already saying, like, basically, I'm going to exclude things I don't want to because reasons. So his Ashvane kill data. So he's just listing it. He's like, look at me. I am rank 1 in item level. So, wait, oh, okay. So he's saying because his item level is the lowest, he has the best rank. I know.
Oh, I see. He's looking at the wrong metric.
Yeah. His DPS, though, is higher, and his DTPS is the lowest, but it's also rank 1. Okay. EHRPS, third, and he color codes it for us. Tanking time, he's tanking the most, so he's the best. Percentage of physical hits mitigated, 1, so he's the best. But, like, what's the margin of error? You know, who cares? And also, like being said, you know what I love to read when I'm looking through resumes? A 6-page resume with sub-documents that are 8 pages long. That makes me want to hire you. Right, Nick? That's what you see?
Yeah, I think you missed the best first sentence bit earlier, too.
Yeah. Okay. From this table, you can see that performance in the loss is better than these other 2 Prot Warriors because of my relatively higher DPS, lower item level, and in metrics where I fell short. Okay, yeah. I don't think that English is his first language. That's my hope. Otherwise, he just doesn't know the English language very well, or can't write it very well. I gotta ask Jada. I gotta find her. Is she online? Your biggest raid accomplishment is when you stopped on the gnome boss on Dazarlor and killed Incubus? Yes. Killing your friends is the biggest accomplishment you can ever have in a raid. Oh god. So he's charting himself, showing the charts. I'm not going to spend all the time on this. I thought this was going to be a joke. I don't want to spend 2 hours reading this guy's nonsense. Also, his formatting is freaking terrible, because I opened this up directly, and this is how it's formatted. Advanced analysis. Below are images of what each protection warrior had equipped at the time of the kill. And then oh my god. Very low eye level. Level 2 conflict and strife. Crucible of Flame Major and level 1 VOP miners where essences used. Okay, cool. Very high item level with very good quality gear. So he's trying to say I'm better than these people because I did it at lower item level. I don't care. No one cares.
Yeah.
And now he's like, resource management? Cool. Yeah.
I mean, at least credit to be given in the fact that he put a lot of effort into this, but that doesn't really say much.
He put a lot of effort into something that doesn't really amount to much. Despite having better gear and being spec'd defensively, and he listed Dynamo and Edict Trinket, which is huge against magic damage, I still took significantly less damage than the other guy. That is because I had used my defensive abilities ahead of time, and he used them reactively after his health was chunked. Yeah, but that also could be just how the healers want to heal it. You know?
And it depends if you're maintaining or not.
Yeah.
Just a small detail.
Yeah. In regards to Sense, he had used Last Stand proactively for this high damage burst, but he did not use Shield Wall. I believe he was saving Shield Wall as a safety button, but that's not an effective use of his resources, especially when there is a high damage period like that, which Shield Wall is perfect for reducing damage in. But it could have been the cooldowns of his healers which dictated that he's had to save Shield Wall. Like, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but
yeah,
he's drawing conclusions, and it's very easy to poke a hole in it. That's more what I'm getting at with that.
Well, he's making broad assumptions that don't necessarily work.
Yeah. Again, I play devil's advocate because he is making kind of statements to make himself look good, which, if the second you look at it from a different perspective, make him look like an idiot. After looking at the hard data, it is evident that I outperformed both of these prot warriors. My stellar, he likes the word stellar, management of resources is what allowed me to have a less defensive build and do more DPS on a fight like Ashvane during early prog. All DPS was needed. For my US 54 kill, we wouldn't have killed if I was replaced with either tanks because of how tight our kill was. While pulling my weight on the DPS end, I wasn't a liability defensively because of my effective play. I think the key thing to take away from this analysis is that defensive gear, trinkets, and essences are not needed to survive well, and the other categories such as damage cannot be neglected. Everyone knows that. Defensive builds definitely have their place. However, if this extra defense is not required, the raid will benefit significantly from the additional DPS. Yeah, and you don't know that they were in the setup where they need a defense. I would grade my performance on Mythic Ashvane about a 9 out of 10 because of how well I executed on all fronts. I performed the mechanics correctly. Refer to kill video. I did good DPS and I didn't put any extra strain on the healers. Cool. Cool story. I'm not going to go through his Mythic Jaina analysis. I'm just going to take a quick look at it. So he just picks two other people at random who got kills on either end, who had kills at a higher killed before him. Vindy, this is not what PvEers do. This is what, like, brain dead people do. We do not do this shit. I will look at analysis sometimes on fights if I am parsing very low and I want to know what the hell I'm doing wrong. Like, I don't know how much fucking time this person has to do all this, but this guy has applied to Murphy's Guild, which is a top 50 US guild. He has applied to my guild, which is still on prog. And, like, some of his videos that are, like, locked down have hundreds of views. So this guy has, like, shotgunned to every mythic guild in the game to try to get an application out there. And no one is taking him because no one wants to read through 6 pages of a resume and then another 2 analysis documents that are each 8 pages long. Oh my god. I'm just skimming this. This is stupid. He's showing how his gear is awesome and how he's great and everyone else is terrible. Whatever. I don't care.
But the funny part to that, too, is that PvEers don't have to do this, right? Because that's the analytics portion of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Just taking the manual route.
Warcraft logs will just tell you this stuff. And if you really care, there are discords out there where you can give it to people, and people will, who are top, like in limit and stuff like that, the top guilds will look at your logs and say, like, hey, here's what you need to do more. Like, people like doing that stuff. They just like looking through logs. And they'll help you. You don't have to sit here and compare yourself to other people in a guild application to make yourself seem better.
Because apparently people don't understand sample sets of 2 don't work.
Yeah. Yeah, the exact same thing. Like, I can go to Warcraft logs and look at all of his kills across everything, not just his best ones versus their best ones. And I can tell you what's going on. Like, I had a top 50 Orgazoa kill. Like, it was top 100 worldwide. It happened because I got lucky. It didn't mean anything. But I could just show it to people and tell them how amazing I am. And that's kind of what he's doing. He got lucky. And when you get to these top parses, a lot of it's luck. You've got margin for error in these samples of 1. I don't know, whatever. Anyway. Eternal Palace. This tier isn't what I wanted it to be. I started out swapping to Fury with Prot off-spec and began to pick it up pretty well as my skills were translating. I managed to achieve a US 54 Ashvane kill, and I thought he just said he was a tank in Ashvane for his 54.
Yeah, he mentioned swapping to Fury for something.
Yeah, but he says here he's investigating his Prot US 54 Ashvane kill, like his first Ashvane kill here, and then right away he says, oh, okay, no, he's just poor at writing. I managed to achieve a US 54 Ashvane kill as Prot, and almost a US 40 Orgazoa kill. Wipe it 3% with Storm before the guild fell apart due to conflict within the officer corps.
That does not count.
It doesn't count if you don't get it. If you don't get it, it's not a kill because he didn't die.
Like, that's like you being able to claim, if you had like 5 Infernals proc in the first 30 seconds. It's like, hey, that would have been a top,
on Rodin on one pull, I had 4 Infernals proc on the very opener before we wiped. If we had killed there, it would have been the number 2 US kill at that rate of luck. You're looking at a number 2 overall warlock in the world. What the fuck, dude? Oh, don't even say it. Don't even bring it to anyone's attention. I wasn't able to commit to a regular raid schedule due to real-life issues, and I didn't, no apostrophe, want to search for a guild mid-tier. Oh, a guild in the middle of the tier. But you were already in mid-tier. Okay, whatever. I didn't want to search for a guild mid-tier. Those 2 things forced me to step away from the game. You could just say I took a break. Okay. Now I want to know what his real-life issues were and if they're going to crop up again. And why didn't he want to search for a guild in the middle of the tier when he's doing it right now? Like, red flags, dude. You're looking for a guild in the middle of the tier, and you just said you didn't want to look for a guild in the middle of the tier. Why is this an issue? Like, okay, moving on. It's like quitting your previous job, saying you quit your job because you didn't want to look for another job, and that's why you've been unemployed for 6 months. The very first question I ask you is, why didn't you want to look for a job for 6 months, and why do you suddenly want to look for one now? Like, what has changed to make you suddenly hireable? Anyway. A couple of months later, I tried to return to the game and managed to get Cutting Edge and some more logs. Shortly after, however, I had to step away again for the foreseeable future. But we're in the future. What? That, for the foreseeable future, that is like, there was an end date. You could have just said the end date, how long you stepped away from. Like, the foreseeable future happened. It was foreseeable. We saw it. It passed. Now it's the past. Just say how long you stepped away from. For these reasons, TEP tier for me was poor, and it is really unfortunate that my circumstances at the time made it this way. What is this? Nick, what is this?
I don't know.
What is this? It's got to be a joke, but he's spammed so many guilds that it can't be. Anyway, videos. Mythic Ashvane US 54, peak performance. Oh yeah. We're going. We're in. We're into this rabbit hole. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude plays Doom. He's going for it. Parsemonger.
Yeah, we're dead. Get double.
Yeah, I'm muting. No, I'm muting that shit. This is fucking terrible. Oh god, it's bad. It's bad. I'm not gonna play it. It is not the kind of thing you want to watch a kill to. And you can see his UI has changed from his picture that he showed before. Probably because he's streaming. But, yeah, I don't know what this shit is. This is ridiculous. He's also cutting off Ashvane's health bar on the right with his EXRT notes. And he's got this cool skull dude in the bottom left. Yeah. I'm wearing a skull as a mask. I'm so cool. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get out of this. I don't get anything out of this. I'm not a warrior. I'm not a tank. Yeah. If I was a tank, maybe I'd care more about this. If I was a warlock, I could look at another warlock stream, but, like, I don't... Is he going to guide me through this at all? Or is he just going to say he's awesome and his guild members died? And that's also why his parse may be different. Like, he might have a higher parse than another warrior on this fight because he had to do more damage and was able to do more damage over the course of a long fight because 3 of his DPS are dead.
Yeah.
Like, cool. So, getting rid of that shit. Oh, the WoW flight thing. Anyway, getting the music back up. Crucible of Storms logs. So, here's the thing, though. He talks about his Eternal Palace thing and what he achieved. And he's got a whole other section where he goes into his analysis of it. And then he just shows a video and says peak performance. And, like, it doesn't give me anything. Like, you could actually break down your video in a separate thing, or just have a video where you break down your kill, and that's informative. This is nothing. This is just, check out my video. Crucible of Storms logs. Due to the timing of this tier, I didn't raid much this tier. Oh god, English can't be his first language, right? Due to the timing of this tier, I didn't raid much this tier. I didn't get any kills. Okay. But I saw some prog on Unot and went sub 50 on him several times. He went down on him. However, I spent most of this tier farming BOD and prepping for the Eternal Palace. Ooh. Just
I mean, arguably, the sub 50 Unot thing is okay to reference because not many people actually. And the fact you can get that far is reasonable, I suppose.
Yeah, but again, like, if you're applying to a hardcore guild, like, you shouldn't have to explain that. You should just be able to... Yeah, they should know it, and they should have the logs, and they'll pull them up on you. Battle of Dazar. I know. Battle of the Zarlor. I don't know why this has a green highlight and stars on it. I did not do that. That is something he did. I don't know why it deserves it over everything else. I haven't talked about the formatting anywhere else. Like, ideally, you should be, like, tabbing things like this. If you really want to, like, if you really want to, like, make these subsections look good. But, like, I don't care. Okay. My best tier. I finished the tier with a US 136 Jaina kill and very good logs. I am very proud of my performance this tier and see it as the best representation of my skills. However, I know that I can do even better in the future. No, you can't, because the future was Eternal Palace and you didn't do better. You peaked at BOD, dude, and you told us. You flat out said, this is the best representation of my skill. I know I can do better in the future. And then we have your future logs that aren't as good. Oh, Lord. This is what happens when you attach so much meaning to your logs that you assume everything is like this kind of linear progression on your logs, as opposed to acknowledging that a lot of it is standard deviation and luck.
Yeah, and the thing he's not taking into account is when the log was generated, because the later in a tier you get, the harder it is to parse high, even if you perform better than people earlier in the tier. Like, there's all these relative changes that generally aren't taken into account.
Yeah, or just the luck of your setup, or like what your kill window was, how your cooldowns line up. Like, if your first kill involves, let's just say for a mage, if your first kill involves 10 combustions, let's say it's a huge, very long kill, 10 combustions. Your guild gets better, it does more damage, whatever. You are now doing 7 combustions, and your kill is right before your 8th combustion. Your parse is going to be lower than your 10 combustion kill window.
Yeah.
If your kill involved you hitting combustion, and he dies at the end of your combustion window, like right at the end of it, right as your DPS cuts off, and your next kill is right before your combustion window because the rest of your guild caught up and did more damage, your parse will be lower the second time. Like, he doesn't... Yeah, whatever. But not to him. Anyways, all to your logs. Right when the tier started, I had to step away from the game for a multitude of reasons, and this caused me to miss most of the tier. I came back near the end and was very rusty, hence the poor logs. And lack of boss kills. Below are full videos of my rusty kills that I captured. Ugh. Since I was in the progress of coming back to the game, my play within these videos isn't nearly as polished as it was in BOD or TEP. Let's look at Fetid. Fetid is a boring fight.
Well, that's another one of those, when did you kill him? Is there a date on the video?
September 28th, 2019 is when he uploaded this.
Oh.
I don't know when the kill was. He doesn't list it. Sounds like it's that, but he's listening to Slipknot in there. That's fine, you can listen to Slipknot, that's cool. I don't want to listen to it on a kill video. Especially on an unlisted video.
Yeah, because Fetid kills are more impressive pre-nerf, obviously, as most things are.
Yeah, but, so I'm just going to take it back again. These are things I didn't care about at all. Not one bit. But you know what I do care about? When he says in Uldir, I had to step away the game from a multitude of reasons. Crucible of Storms. Due to the timing of this raid, I didn't do much of it. Eternal Palace. My guild fell apart on Orgazoa. I wasn't able to commit to regular raid schedule, and I didn't want to search for a guild mid-tier. So, outside of Battle for Dazara lore, this guy is like quit mid-raid every time. I don't, like, he's shown me all these cool logs. Cool, good story, bro. You know what you've also shown me? That you're, like, 1 for 4 on tiers of, like, actually being there and being reliable. Like, you say you're...
Wasn't that, like, his first sentence?
Yeah, his first sentence was how reliable he was and how awesome he was and how he could make every raid. And, like, cool, you can make every raid until you burn out again and then quit halfway through the tier and then we find a new tank.
Yeah.
Cool. And Taurus. This was my first tier of serious raiding. I started about 2 months into the tier and worked my way up to a CE and strong logs. I am very proud of how I started my raiding career. I fell in love with raiding because of how the tier went for me. So supposedly he only started raiding in Taurus. In Uldir, right when the tier started, he stepped away. Battle for Dazar'alor, he was back. Crucible of Storms, he didn't do anything. Eternal Palace, halfway through, he stepped away again. So basically he's there for a tier and a half. If that. Cool. Like, yeah. He wants to be a super hardcore player, and he will devote super hardcore time until he runs out of it for whatever reason, and then he can't raid again. Like, that's... Really, that's what this is boiling down to, and I don't think he realizes he's saying that. Because he's just too busy talking about how awesome he is. Despite playing WoW since mid-BC, I haven't done much serious raiding. For most of the old tiers, I would only kill a few heroic bosses. Overall, I didn't play the game much, and when I did, I was super casual. Okay, you could have just said, I've played since BC on and off, and, you know, here are my logs, and let me know if you have any questions. That would have made me try to bring him in for an invite. This makes me think I never want to touch the guy. Why me? We're only in section 3 of 5. Fuck me. Okay. Why me? Versatility. When raiding, I feel most at home while tanking and able to play all 6 tanks with a high degree of proficiency, but your logs don't show that. In the past, I've only raided at a higher level with my Blood DK and Prot Warrior. However, I try to maintain all other classes should the need for them arise. Okay, everything up to this point reads like I burn out, and then you tell me I burn out and keep 6 fucking tanks ready to go. Like, maybe stick to 2. And then look at the PTR and see what's good and maybe swap out your alt tank for that tank.
There's almost no point where multiple tanks are really bad at the same time. That's why you and your off tank generally split that burn. Or co-tank, I should say. Yeah.
Like, you would be, like, right now you would say, hey, I've got a Brewmaster and a Prot Warrior. And then you go into this tier and be like, oh, Prot Warriors aren't great. DKs are really good. You switch out the Prot Warrior for the DK and your Brewmaster still has stuff to do. And the other guy has like a Vengeance and a Prot Pally, and Prot Pally has a place, and he's like, okay, Vengeance doesn't, drop the Vengeance, bring up a DK. Like, and everyone knows it's the ult until, like, you need it. Anyway, I know that my skills in Prot Warrior / Blood DK will translate. Also, why does he say Prot Warrior and then shorten Blood DK to BDK? I don't know. You could just say Prot War / DK. That's just a weird thing. Consistency is weird to me. I know that my skills in Prot Warrior / Blood DK will translate over to the other 4 tank classes and my DPS off specs. Despite never playing a full tier as a DPS, I am confident in my ability to perform in this other role because of my diverse skill set. I am able to play a flex role if needed, but I feel my skills are best used at the tanking position.
And the bad part about that is if he's so unreliable, no one wants him as a tank.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the only thing you care about with tanks is reliability. Just be there and be on time. That's why I am not a great tank. It's why I don't sign up to always be a tank, because my migraines will keep me out of raids. Anyway, next section, reliability that he has demonstrated is terrible. I am very reliable, and also, I'm just going to go back to the top here. And he says his values is that he values progression, blah, blah, blah. I know he said something about attendance. He says he can guarantee his presence each and every night, and the only time he will miss a raid is something serious happens. So he says that right in attendance. And he feels the need to come back in reliability, and says he's very reliable in attendance and performance during the raid. Both of these are paramount to success, especially as a tank. Personally, I don't have off nights. I don't get tilted, and I don't lose focus. Oxford comma. Because of this, you can count on me to do what is needed each and every night. You can trust me to do the hard and important things you know, and you can know that I won't let you down. And again, all of your history shows that you do. Improvement. Ultimately, what sets me apart from most others is my burning desire to succeed and burning desire to burn out. No matter what I'm doing, just capitalize the I always strive to be the best. This desire motivates me to become better every day. I am always the hardest worker in the room. End of sentence. End of thought. This desire motivates me to become better every day. I am always the hardest worker in the room. End of thought. This first sentence has no subject. This desire is not a subject. Like, fix that. I am always the hardest worker in the room. Cool. He starts the next sentence with this desire. That's 2 sentences in a row, starting with this desire. This desire to always improve makes me very open to feedback or criticism, no matter how harsh, because I know it is essential to hear different perspectives. Shorten your damn resume.
That doesn't apply to this.
Just in general in life. Shorten your thoughts, shorten your resume, read it before you want someone else to read it. Don't just be like, slap that shit together, copy, print it, let's go. Print it out to the press, guys. No need to edit. My needs. Food, water, wow. Okay, let's actually see what it is.
Really?
I know.
I wasn't looking.
But the thing is, you thought it would have made... You were like, yeah, that checks out. That tracks. My needs. Behavior. Is OUR English?
That's British English.
Yeah, maybe he is foreign. Or maybe he just doesn't know spelling or is trying to sound cool. Anyway, behavior. When it comes to interpersonal interactions with others, I am a robot who uses... Sorry. When it comes to interpersonal interactions with others, I treat others the same way I want to be treated. Okay. I'm just going to read the last bit here. Others, comma, I treat others the way I want to be treated. I don't ask for much. However, I expect that people conduct themselves in a respectful manner. Your behavior line just reads, I'm an asshole. When it comes to interpersonal interactions with others, I treat others the same way I want to be treated. You're just an asshole. That's all this says. If it's a dating website, this just says, I'm an asshole. It's a red flag. Please don't date me. Okay. Behavior. You could have just said, I'm chill, or I'm cool, or I like to joke around, not... When it comes to interpersonal interactions with others, I treat others the same way I want to be treated. How do you want to be treated? You want to be treated like dirt? Do you like having a dominatrix thing going on with you? Do you like to be treated like a little pig boy? I don't know. Oh, God. Anyway. He just spent time to tell me nothing. Atmosphere. I'm comfortable in practically any atmosphere and will get along with a wide variety of people. For me, there is no perfect guild atmosphere. However, I appreciate a lively environment that isn't dry. During raids, I appreciate jokes and friendly banter. However, when it's time to perform, I expect people to focus. That reads as, say what you want, but when we're actually pulling, you shut the fuck up. Which is, yeah, I don't know. Also, he just says, I'm comfortable with practically any atmosphere and will get along with a wide variety of people. Heads up, most people get along with most people. Strong personalities are what people don't get along with. You have a strong personality and you're not going to get along with people. Just a heads up. Because you just have said nothing about what you get along with, and then you immediately backtrack. And yeah, whatever. Anyway. Leadership. Strong leadership to me is very important. The guild leadership is the backbone of any successful guild. I expect guild leadership to be honest. I expect guild leadership to be responsible and capable of making the correct decisions. I don't know what those are. I want the leadership to be approachable and willing to listen to different perspectives. I want the leadership to be understanding. He wants to lead the guild, but he doesn't want the job of leading the guild.
Yeah.
That's all this whole thing. It's basically like, I know what's best, I read what's best, I perform best. You should let me say what we're doing on every single thing. People should listen to me, and they should perform and focus when I say they should. And leadership should take care of all that for me because I don't want to lead. Like, dude, if you're so cool, start a guild. Anyway.
Yep.
He says he can be reached on Discord or Battle.net. I removed that information because I'm not going to stream that out to people. That's the only thing I did here. But yeah. Guy's name is Parsemonger. You can go pull him up. I think that name says... Yeah, his name is Parsemonger, and that should tell you about him. Anyway.